So it's definitely not a bad film, and I kind of sensed this before I saw the film, but this is not a movie for me. I remember when I was watching Shazam, there was like a comedic moment that happened, and I happened to look over, and to my left there was a father and a son, and you could tell that they were really engaged in the film, and uh, they were like locked in together, and they were having a great time together, and I realized like this movie is very much so for that. This is like a very family friendly film. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some dark moments. There's a little bit of language. There's a lot of jump scares in this movie, which I thought was interesting. And so in the film, like when it's first coming on and when it says Shazam, right? Like right before then, there's definitely something pretty dramatic that kind of happens. I don't want to give any spoilers, but so yeah, there's definitely some scary moments, if you will, bizarrely a little bit if you're a little kid. But other than that, fuck, I forgot. I forgot where I was going with that train of thought. But this movie is for kids. I had this issue with the Lego Movie 2, the sequel, where I was like, man, this movie isn't really for me. Like, this movie feels like a movie that's literally for, like, 13-year-olds and below. You know what I mean? Like, this is a very wholesome, silly, cheesy, comedically over-the-top film. Thankfully, the humor is nothing like a Michael Bay film or anything. But it's just a very silly film. It's just a very cute, adorable film. Like this guy, like his facial hair, his hair, like it's all clearly largely fake. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of exposition. A lot of what's happening is very on the nose. Mark Strong was a little one note to me. You know what I mean? Like the plot is very straightforward. By the way, there's a moment where Megan Good enters the film. Like that moment when she first shows up, like that whole sequence actually gave me goosebumps. And the last frame of the movie, it did make me go like, ooh, but I don't know. I wasn't blown away. I know that this movie has a lot of positive reviews, and it makes sense. And it's not a bad film. It's not a film for me. I ran into this issue with Paddington 2, the very similar issue where it's like, is Paddington 2 bad? Well, no. Is it deserving of the praise that it's getting? Yes, but is it a film for me? Not entirely. Like with Shazam, it's just that Shazam is not a movie that I ever care to see again. Shazam is not a movie that I would replay again and again and again. Shazam is not the kind of film that I would go to my friends and my family and highly recommend it. It's not the type of film that I'd be like, oh my god, the action sequences, they were nothing like anything I've ever seen before. The CGI is some of the best I've ever seen. Hold on, I'm gonna step up. I'm sweaty in this bitch. Whew. It's nothing. Hold on, I gotta step up for a second. It got hot in there. Oh, okay. Oh boy, it's a goddamn nice day out. It's a motherfucking nice day out. I should go back inside, shouldn't I? Because the wind, yeah, it's gonna fuck up the sound. Anyway, whew, I'll try to wrap this up. So, it's just, it's a very cute, silly, fun, wholesome superhero film. But this is just simply not the kind of film for me. Like when I go to films, I like something a little bit more thought-provoking, or maybe a little bit darker, or a little bit more visceral, or I don't know. It's a good film. I'm just not crazy about it. This is a very this movie's for kids. It's not for someone like me. It's not for someone with my kind of movie or narrative tastes, you know. But it's a good time. I mean, personally, I'm feeling like I'm feeling a strong 7. I'm feeling a strong 7 out of 10. I can't believe I had more of a blast watching Aquaman. That's insane. But yeah, I think it's a good film. I just wasn't blown away by it. You know, Zachary Levi, I think the cast in general is sufficient, you know. There's a few times where, like, I rolled my eyes at Mark Strong, like just some of his dialogue, some of his character executions just... For example, like, there's a moment where, like, Shazam and Mark Strong are fighting, right? And they're flying around the city fighting each other. And there's a moment where Mark Strong is like, he's like, you know what, boy? I'm making up the dialogue. But there's a moment where Mark Strong, he's saying some bullshit like, you're never gonna stop me. I'm gonna win. But, like, Zachary Levi is like a couple miles away. He's like, huh? Are you making a evil villain speech? Because I can't hear you, bud. You know, because he's not like Superman, so he doesn't have superhuman hearing, you know. You know, there's comedic moments like that where I'm just like, ugh, that's so cheesy. And it didn't make me laugh. But I don't know. It's just a cheesy, silly time. I could totally understand if you love this film, but for me, that was okay. I'd give it a 7 out of 10, you know. Zachary Levi, I must say, he fits the role perfectly. He plays the role perfectly, you know. Honest to God, he was a blast to watch, but I thought the movie was alright. It was okay. I wouldn't run to go see this film, you know what I mean? I don't really know if I would ever watch this movie again, but it's fun. So I give it a 7 out of 10. But what do you think about this film? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm sweating. I need to go get some food, so let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Peace.